Good morning, big dogs and Advo Nation, or anybody that is watching this video. I'm Kayla Schneider, and today is your Daily Spark. And one of the things that I really wanted to talk to everybody about is Rob and I's DMO, being that we are exactly 1 week out from pay period close. So what does it look like at the Schneider home today? So what I first want to talk about is Rob and I, we have to divide our time into me time, you time, and then just kind of extra time. In the world of AdvoCare, it's really important that you're working smarter and not harder. And although we are so fortunate that today we are full-time husband and wife, that does not by any means mean that we are full-time AdvoCare. We do not want to spend 8 hours a day working our AdvoCare business, and I'm sure all of you can agree. So it's very important to kind of break this thing down into me time, you time, and extra time in terms of AdvoCare. So the me and you time we refer to as our money-making activities. What are we doing to personally build our business, the me, and then what are we doing to help personally build the businesses of our team? That's the you time. Those are the money-making activities in AdvoCare. So the me time, the very first thing that Rob and I always do is we consistently are focusing in on what are our pay period goals. What did we set last Wednesday that we wanted to accomplish by next Tuesday, a week from today? And the first is $1,000 in PGV. That is always our goal to have by today, by Tuesday. And the reason why this is very important to Rob and I is because one of the ways that we earn income in AdvoCare is an override. And if we have not had $1,000 in PGV yet, we are not fully seeing our full override being maximized on our reports. It does us no good if we're one full week into the pay period and we're sitting at $502 in PGV and we're not seeing where we are at in terms of override. This is extremely important as we continue to make sure that we're hitting our PIN every pay period and being who we say we are. If you're waiting until that Monday or Tuesday to reach your $1,000 in PGV, there's a lot of time, that things are just being wasted or that you could miss. So make sure that you have that $1,000 PGV at least that first week into the pay period. That's something that we always focus on. Right now, Rob and I are promoting a group challenge. And so every time that we set out to host a group challenge, we have a goal in mind of how many challengers we would like to participate in that group challenge, because we know that where products go, income flows. And so we will today be personally messaging and contacting people. I have this tracker. It's kind of my tracker that I go to for everything. It's the list of people that have ever contacted me about AdvoCare. So I will revisit with those who have ever expressed an interest in doing a group challenge, but they never committed. I will also follow up with the people that did our group challenge a few months back that are due for another cleanse. So that is on our radar for today as well. In conjunction with that, we currently have 7 challengers. They didn't want to wait for our group challenge. They were ready to get started right away. So today will be kind of our follow-up for them as well, just checking in, making sure everything's going well, seeing if they have any questions. This is something that I would encourage all of you to really spend some time with, is coaching those challengers. We recently, just here lately, have been receiving a lot of referrals from our challengers that we've coached in the past. And so this is very important. One well taken care of challenger could lead you to 3, 4, 5, 6 more challengers in the future. So definitely take care of those challengers. Spend the time. One thing also that I've realized is that when I ask people, do you have questions? How are things going? The answer is they always have questions. They're just too afraid to reach out to us. And so by you making yourself available and coaching them, they're going to tend to have better results, and they're going to be a little bit more open to about their experience. So that's kind of in conjunction with us working our group challenge today. And lastly, on our me list is we are hosting a mixer this Thursday. Now, whenever you're a host of a mixer, it is your responsibility to have a no-show mixer. So what that means is you have to be personally inviting people, picking up the phones, having personal one-on-one conversations with people. The prospects don't have to be brand new to AdvoCare. They could be distributors that have been enrolled for a long time that maybe just want to be re-engaged. And so Rob and I, we've had this mixer on our calendar now for about 2 weeks. So it has given us plenty of time to invite people to share AdvoCare with them. And we're excited because we have some brand new folks that have committed to come on Thursday. We spent the better part of yesterday on the golf course building relationships with some people, and one of them will be coming to our mixer on Thursday, and so we're just very thrilled. We're really excited. Now, some of the you activities that we're going to be doing to help build you and our team is the very first thing is the advisor pre-qual report. If you are a business builder with a team and you are not familiar with this report, please contact your leadership. Please contact me. This report has been huge for me in the last 6 months. So keep in mind, we've been building an AdvoCare business for 3.5 years. And just within the past few months, I've been very intentional about looking at our advisor pre-qualification report. This is going to really help as well with leapfrogging, but also from a mentorship level. So for us, I open up that pre-qual report and I can kind of see where all of the distributors are in our organization in terms of working their way to advisor. So it does a couple of things. The first is it allows me to kind of see who in our organization is putting in volume. It allows me to pick up the phone, shoot an email, Facebook, whichever way I have a relationship with somebody, to contact them and reach out and explain advisor. Most people have no idea the benefits of getting to advisor. The best word choice that I use when I talk to somebody is I say, hey, I'm not sure if your goal is advisor or not, but I want to tell you more about it, because if that was your goal and I didn't reach out to you, I would feel terrible if we missed it, because that's honestly the truth. If you've ever had to explain to somebody who is really close to hitting advisor that they had to start all over because they didn't have $500 in PGV, it's devastating, it's heart-wrenching. And by consistently checking your advisor pre-qualification report and just contacting people and just saying, hey, this is strictly a heads up. We know that in AdvoCare, you're in the driver's seat and you get to control whether you want to be an advisor or not, really empowers people. So make sure that you're giving everybody the correct information. So that's the first way that we use the advisor pre-qual report. The second way is to mentor our leaders. If we have somebody that we know is building a business, and we see that they have a distributor or two that's in qualification, I will pick up the phone and I'll speak to our leader and I'll say, hey, so-and-so, did you know that Buddy has $500 in PGV? Do you understand what that means? Awesome. Now here's the next steps. This is what I would do. And then we kind of get on the calendar different. We get a call scheduled always, then we have a follow-up date, and then we have another follow-up date. And that's kind of how we consistently work it. So you can use your advisor pre-qual report to leapfrog, but also to personally mentor your distributor. So if you have somebody working the business, make sure that if you are doing a leapfrog, involve them, because what you can do is empower them so they can start to do it on your own, or you are always going to be in that leg of business if you're consistently hopping over the leader and getting the job done. But if you involve the leader, what you will see is that leg is going to just take off because you are raising up leaders. So you know that old saying, if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. But if you teach him how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. So keep that in mind as well. And then in terms of the money-making activities as well, you can kind of see behind me, Rob has a list. I have a list. This is our ever-evolving pipeline. On the top of our pipeline, we have those that have committed to building a business in AdvoCare. And so we're going to be very intentional with those specific people to kind of reach out. It's our checkup time. One thing that we heard in feedback is, Kayla, hold me more accountable. And so this is something that we've kind of implemented as a way of picking up the phone and saying, hey, where are we at? We're going to discuss advisor again. What are your goals? Remember what your purpose was. And we're also going to discuss the DMO. Again, we're just opening up the lines of communication so they feel comfortable to pick up the phone and call Rob and I at any given time. They feel comfortable enough to put Rob and I to work. And so this has been a very effective way. But keep in mind, from a leadership perspective, oftentimes all the communication is going to have to be initiated from us. It starts right here and it's going to flow down. So be very proactive and be very intentional with your communication. Now our extra. these are kind of the things that aren't necessarily getting us paid in AdvoCare, but they're still very important. And so depending on where we're at in terms of our day, if we just spent 6 hours doing AdvoCare today, the bookkeeping may wait for the day. But if we haven't done enough money-making activities, or we just don't feel like we've done enough in terms of AdvoCare, this is where we'll spend the time on the extra, and we'll really focus on keeping our business afloat, and then we'll also focus on building us and working on us. So some of the things on our extra list is the first are thank you packages. So I posted in the Big Dogs a picture of Impact Magazine Solution for Your Success CD, and a sample of the meal replacement shakes. So we sent out all last week thank you packages, and I have received amazing feedback. One person told me we have an awesome challenger out in Tennessee that is a loyal Spark drinker, orders Spark from us about every 2 weeks, and he responded and he said he got our awesome package and how much he appreciated that. But then he told me that he's been heavily recruited by a distributor in Tennessee. And by us sending out that thank you package to him, just really showed him that we were loyal and committed to him, and that he was going to forever be a Team Schneider Spark drinker. And so we love that, and we love it from him. Another, just very recent, we received a lead at the end of the week, and I sent her package right away. She sent me an email on Sunday, so not yesterday, today's Tuesday, on Sunday, letting us know that not only did she get her AdvoCare goodies on Saturday, but she also got our thank you package, and she was overwhelmed by that. But she said, I put in the Solutions for Your Success DVD, and she said, I didn't realize the incredible opportunity that AdvoCare has. I definitely want to get through my 24-day challenge first, but I'm interested in hearing more about the income opportunity. And I just remember thinking to myself, that was the easiest way that I could have ever exposed somebody to the income opportunity, was writing them a handwritten thank you note and including everything that they need to really be able to see the world of AdvoCare if they choose. So this particular person is going to be at our mixer on Thursday, and it's just crazy to think that I spoke to her on the phone for the very first time at the end of last week. So the thank you packages are huge. I encourage you to do those, but I encourage you to do them not just this week or today, but continue to do it throughout the next 6 months. Some other extras are daily reading. So for my husband, Rob, he works best by waking up bright and early, devoting an hour to reading. One of the things that Rob's very good about is he'll spend about 30 minutes reading a book that's going to help him in terms of building a business. So right now he's reading Eat That Frog. I know he trained on it in his last Spark video. And then he also will spend the next 30 minutes on a personal development book of some sort, whether it's a daily devotional, whether it's just a book on being a better husband, a better man, whatever it may be. That's how Rob kind of does his. And I'm the same way. I need to be able to read a book that I know is going to better us in terms of our business, but also that focuses on Kayla and the person that she is. And so it's no surprise, management books, business books are really hard for me to read. So for me, if I can just really focus on being the best version of Kayla, our business really starts to do better things as well. Reading also, so I'll spend some time reading, but honestly, I do a lot of audiobooks. I do a lot of podcasts. I just need something that's going to fill me up, that's going to change my attitude for the day, that's going to get me going. I've also been very intentional the last 6 weeks of waking up and getting my Can 24 on. I just recently started the Can 24 level 2. So it takes a little bit more time than the very first version of the Can 24, but that's important for us in that personal time as well. So we make sure that we always fit that in. And just another extra, this one gets pushed on the back burner often, but it's very important, is our bookkeeping, is making sure that from a business standpoint that we're organized, that our books are right, our finances are correct, and that's something just a daily, monthly sometimes for us, exercise that we have to do as business owners. Make sure that you're taking care of your due diligence. Make sure that you're saving money for tax times, and make sure also that you're organized. So come the end of the year, you're not being frazzled and rushed and trying to get everything done. So those are kind of just something that's on the extra. If it gets done, it gets done. Other things like booking travel, flights, hotels, things of that sort would also fall in the extra as well. So just kind of the things that need to get done, really not a sense of urgency. They're not going to make us money, but they're very important. We don't want them to be overlooked. So this was a very long daily spark, but I wanted to give you guys a rundown because what's really cool about this is you can start to implement it in your businesses today, but more importantly, for the next pay periods to infinity. This is kind of something that we follow on a consistent basis. I really hope that helped. And like I said, if you have any questions, please pick up the phone, call me, shoot me a Facebook message, email me, whatever. We're here to help. But I hope that you guys all have a wonderful day. Enjoy the beautiful sunshine, and we'll be talking with you soon. Bye-bye.